if you have been on the internet, for the past how many hours, you probably have heard of the whole Davido and his first baby mama saga going on at this point. Yes, guys. So basically what happened, this whole thing has been on since a few weeks ago. Yes, where Davido has filed for joint custody for his daughter Imade. We've seen articles that has been released by Sophia, who is Imade's mom. It was more like an expose about what transpired between her and David. Well, today we saw court documents that she countersued David, basically saying that that joint custody, she does not want that to happen. So I want to first of all clarify something. Joint custody in a child battle basically is they've got to share, let's say, for example, out of 7 days of the week, they might do 50-50. The child spends maybe 3.5 days with one parent and the other 3.5 days with another parent. It can be 80-20 and all of that. Now, as we've cleared that out of the way, so that is what Davido is seeking for. But according to the court documents, Sophia has said no, that is not going to be possible because she cannot trust her child with Davido because he is, according to her, married to another woman and she is not sure for the safety of her child. And I'm going to read a part of the court document that was released today. These are the 3 points that are actually making the whole internet go a buzz. This is what is written. The applicant is an artist. Applicant here means Davido. Is an artist who always travels around the world as mandated by his career and cannot possibly be with our daughter at crucial times. The applicant is married to another woman and they live together. The proper upbringing of our daughter by another cannot be guaranteed. The fact, now this is, the main thing, the fact that the applicant lost his son in his house in rather unfortunate and questionable circumstances shows that our daughter cannot be placed in custody of the applicant. Momodu argued. That is Sophia Momodu. Now, this is the one that a lot of Nigerians are holding on to, calling her many unprintable names, saying that she hits below the belt, that she should not have, used the unfortunate incident that happened to Davido back in 2020, as a means to get back at him. But I want you all to remember something. These are court documents. It's not like she came out on social media and used this as bans. These are part of, her argument by her lawyer to say, you know what, judging by these things that we have seen with this man, we do not think that my daughter or our daughter rather is safe to be with him half of the time. Now, while all this was going on, people giving their opinions, Davido came out to put this out on his Insta story and also tweeted it. He said, you are constantly bringing up the death of my child at any point you can to just remind us of this tragedy that haunts us every day of our lives. Imade will grow up to see I fought for her rather. As for now, you can have her. P.S. She won't be a child forever. Enjoy. Imade Aurora Adeleke, your father loves you. He also went ahead to tell the people that have been making blind arguments, saying, all I ask for is joint custody and nothing else. But because it's Davido, you all want to act like you all can't read. SMH, I'm off this. You all be blessed, and I pray this never happens to you. Yes, and also he put this out and said, joint custody, both parents will have access to the child. Sole custody, only a single parent will have access to the child. Okay, so this picked up a lot of steam. Some people were obviously, on Davido's side, cursing out Sophia. Some people saying, oh, Sophia is bitter. She's angry because Davido did not marry her, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Okay, this is my opinion. Some of you are going to call me biased for this. Some of you are not going to like what I have to say. But I don't know how to hide my mind, right? What would that make me? This is what I think. In as much as I believe that two parents that bring a child into this world should be there for the child. But unfortunately, we do not live in a perfect world and shit happens. And it has happened with Davido and Sophia. And I remember when I did my first video on this whole thing, I said these two people should sheath their swords and actually look after, Imade, because at the end of the day, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. And obviously now we see that is a child that is going through this. And I think that girl is so much of a sweet child to be put through all that. Now, let's face the facts. Davido was the one that took Sophia to court. He was the one that started all this. He could have just, asked for unrestricted access to his child. He started all this. What Sophia had done was to countersue. And basically, what she did was what most mothers would do fighting for their child. It's the law court. I know we Nigerians, we are too sentimental. And I think that's what makes us very passionate people. And I love that. If you have been in a court setting, you know that they deal with facts. Judges don't give, their whatever based on your emotions. It's not all black and white. It's whoever is able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that whatever they are arguing for is right. The court does not. That's why if you see, that thing that they use as a symbol of justice, it's always covered. It doesn't see your emotions. It only seeks facts. And that is what Sophia's lawyers have done. And if you look at it, look at that thing, go through that document. All those things that she listed out as facts, honestly, are facts. Yes, it hurts what had happened to Davido. I would not use somebody's, unfortunate event to say anything. But if you're coming out to say that she is mocking him, that's not mockery, Davido. Right now, to be very honest, I can understand him, but then again, I also do not understand him because I feel like he is actually trying to play the victim card here. He started this. He started this. You're trying to play. That's what I think. With the limited knowledge I have of this, I do not have all the 100% knowledge, but from what they've put out so far, he started this. And I hate the fact that he's coming out to say those things. He's saying that she's trying to mock him. That's not mocking. Mocking will be if she comes out of social media to be putting those things out, which she didn't. These are court documents that have been filed by her lawyer. And every mother fighting for their child will use every arsenal at their disposal. And that's what lawyers do. And again, the fact can be cruel, but that doesn't change what it is. We saw what had happened. Honestly, look at a person like Davido. He's always surrounded with lots and lots of people. We saw his wedding. It was a concert. There was always people around him. At some point, even some of us were like, can this couple even have a minute to themselves, like some kind of privacy? We saw that. Now, how much more throwing a child into that whole environment with the modern of present? Do you understand how that will be? And a lot of people are arguing, oh, but it's joint custody. But joint custody actually means she's going to be living there half of the time. No mother would want that. No mother would want that. Let's just be factual here. No mother would want that. How about the safety of my child? If, both parents, were available for the first child that unfortunate incident had happened to, and what happened still happened, what is the guarantee that if one parent is just there, that wouldn't happen? Her argument actually, there's fact. It's cruel. It sounds like it's below the belt. I will not argue that, but it's still fact. And I do not understand why we are just, like this. But then again, we are very sentimental people. But would you, to be very honest, in good conscience, take your child that is about 9 or so, I don't know how old Imade is, and drop her with him? Knowing that Davido is always traveling, he might not always be there, the house is always crowded, there are guys there, and it's a girl child. Which mother in good conscience would do that? And from everything, she's not saying, oh, Davido cannot see the daughter. She's only saying, I cannot let my daughter live there half of the time. You can come visit the child. If you read the full document, it says, but don't do it in my house. We can maybe pick a place where you come visit the child, but you're not going to uproot my child and give her this kind of, life, put her in that kind of thing. And again, if we look at it again, joint custody for a person in Davido's profession would definitely mean that child would have to be, less stable. A child that age needs stability. What if Davido is performing in France or maybe in Amsterdam, or in LA? How would he keep an eye on Imadi the time that she's supposed to be with him? This is not, sometimes we have to take stanship out and see the fact for what it is. Yes, our human instincts can tell us, okay, this is below the belt, but it's court. If you go to court, everybody is fighting to win. And that is why I'll refer back to the first video I did about this. I knew it's going to get messy. Child battles are always messy. That's why I just wanted them to just settle this whole thing and make sure this child does not grow up in this kind of environment. So, on this whole thing, that's my 2 cents. It's quite unfortunate that that unfortunate event has been brought to fore because of this. And I understand Davido. I also understand Sophia. But I think a lot of us Nigerians have to sometimes, separate our sentiments and the facts that are on the table. It doesn't make us less of humans. But if he had decided to take this case to court, what was he expecting? That she will not fight back? Or that she will offer him chicken and shawarma? Haba, it's a court battle. Even people that are fighting for properties go low. In courts, some people, okay, have you ever been in a court where they are talking about maybe sexual assault or something? Do you see the things that the lawyers ask? It's demeaning. It's below the belt, but that is the things that has to be done, for them to be able to win their case. So it's quite unfortunate that this had happened, but I actually want people to put themselves in their shoes and also see things with facts and not just bandwagon mentality. I wish that both of them will come together. Families, the Momodus and their delicates, settle this. Let this baby girl have a stable childhood and enjoy her childhood. It's not her fault that she was born into this world. Haba. Sophia is a great mom. Davido is a great dad from what we've seen on social media. So why can't they just, put aside their grievances and just focus on the happiness of Imadi? Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you guys so very much for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Azine Williams.